Good afternoon, Stampers. It's Debbie with Stamp It with Debbie, and today I have 3 fun projects to show you featuring the stamp set Beach Happy. This is a stamp out of the Occasions catalog, and it will be retiring soon. So I wanted to show you today a couple projects that you could create with it in case you happen to miss it in the catalog. I'm sorry I didn't give you a little notice today. I forgot that today was Wednesday and that I was going live, and I forgot to give a notice to tell you all to be on here. So hopefully I'll get some people watching today. Just getting it set up over on my Facebook page so I can see comments from everyone. And if you would just leave a comment below and let me know what you're doing on this fabulous May day in Michigan here. It's kind of a dreary day and it's been raining on and off, but I'm very happy that it's May and I'm hoping winter is finally over. And see, we have a couple people on, so we'll just wait a few minutes to make sure that everyone gets on here. This is a stamp set that when I first saw it, I knew that I wanted it, and then it kind of got tucked to the back of some of my stamp sets and I forgot to use it. But my family and I love to go to the beach in the summer. We visit Lake Michigan mostly. We used to have a cabin in Dowagiac, which is the lower southwest corner of Michigan, very close to Indiana, and the cabin was only about 20 minutes from the Warren Dunes, so that's where we spent a lot of our summers when our kids were little. And so I think this stamp set not only would be great for cards, but also for scrapbooking, which I'm going to try to put together a couple scrapbook pages for you to see using this too, and I will post them by Friday. And today we're going to do these 3 projects here. So let's just go through this real quick. I see a couple people have gotten on. Again, this is the stamp set and it has some great greetings. It says, "Thanks, don't worry, beach happy, relax, you deserve it, wishing you sunny days." And I think those are really great greetings. So today I have 2 cards, and one is just a little beachy scene and one has a couple palm trees. And then this one I thought would be really cute if, say, you're having a summer beach party and you wanted to leave a little table favor for everyone, or even for a kids party. A little pair of kids sunglasses would fit in here real well. But today I have some taffy. I thought that would be a safe thing to not melt in the hot summer sun. But you could put some seashells in there or any other kind of hard candy. I probably wouldn't go with chocolate if you're doing it in the summer. And then I just use a little bit of our mini striped ribbon, and this is in Bermuda Bay, but it matches the Calypso Coral really well. So I think we'll go ahead and get started. And let me just grab my supplies really quickly. I'll leave the stamp set here, and we're going to do this one first. Okay, so I have all my supplies. And let me just put this off to the side and let me tell you what I have here. We have a piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock cut at 4 1/4 by 11. It's scored at 5 1/2. I also have another piece of Flirty Flamingo cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I've used the stitched framelits, and this is the largest circle. And then I did go ahead and cut these out because I didn't want you to have to watch, but these are the stamp, and I just cut these on Whisper White. I stamped them in Lemon Lime Twist. And we also need some Whisper White Baker's Twine. And then I have this little piece here, which is 2 1/4 inches long by 1 inch. And this is going to be for our greeting here. I'm going to grab a little piece of scrap paper real quickly. And let me get my stamps that we're going to be using. Okay, as I said, I already have punched out, or I'm not punched out, stamped the palm tree. So I just need a couple stamps here. I already folded this in half, but I'll secure it with the bone folder, and we can set that piece aside. And now we're going to take this piece here, the 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to take our Flirty Flamingo ink. And this piece here, hopefully you can see it, is the beach chair and the beach umbrella. It's all one piece. So I'm just going to randomly stamp that on the front of the card here. I think I'll stamp. There we go. And it's not going to matter too much because the circle is right over the top. All right, so we don't want to put this down quite yet. We want to wrap our Whisper White Baker's Twine over the top, and I'm going to take it double around. So I'm going to leave enough there to tie my little bow and go around twice. I'm going to make it about halfway up my card. Ooh, hopefully I didn't tie it too short. And one thing I like to do when I'm doing the baker's twine is I go ahead and tie a knot, especially when I'm doing it double. It sometimes tries to get away. So I just tie a knot, and that way I can hold on to it real easily. And you don't want to pull on the baker's twine real tight, because then it will start making it'll pull, the twine will pull, and then it will curl up. So you don't want that either. So again, we're just going to cut off the edges here. And now this piece is all ready to go ahead and put on the top of our card base. So I'm going to do that. Make sure our beach chairs are right side up when we put it on the chair there, or on the card base there. And so we're going to set this piece aside. Now we're going to work with this piece, and we just need to do the 2 palm trees. And I'm going to make the base of my palm tree in soft suede. And I did, let me wipe this off real fast. So this kind of wants to just go straight, and I don't know if you know, but I'll tell you anyways. With the photopolymer, you can kind of bend them. You can bend them a lot, actually, and then stick them down. And so if you want to make this palm tree really leaning over, you could, which does happen. I'm just going to do mine just a little bit. And actually, I need to make it go the other way. So I'm going to make one lean, and then I'm going to make one a little straighter. And then we're all done with our soft suede ink. And then for this little piece here, we want to use Coastal Cabana. And I'm using the greeting, "Don't Worry, Beach Happy." And I'm going to stamp mine off to the right and cut my banner to the left. And if I did cut this at 2 1/4, it's a little easier to cut it a little too long and then cut some off if you don't like how long it is. So again, I'm just going to cut my banner. And then I'll move this piece out of the way and put my ink away before I stick my hand in it. And this piece we're going to go ahead and put on with some dimensionals. I don't know what the weather is like where you're at, but it's been dreary and raining practically all week here in my town. And this stamp set just makes me feel kind of happy because it reminds me of the beach, and to know that beachy days are coming pretty soon, and I'll get to see my Lake Michigan this year. I've missed Lake Michigan. I was very near the ocean when I was in Florida, but it's nothing like your own part of the beach that you're used to. So with this one, I am going to, the first one, and again, if you missed it when I first said, I did go ahead and stamp, this is a stamp in the set. I stamped it onto Whisper White cardstock and just used my paper snips to cut that off. I'm going to put that one on first, and I want this one to pop up just a little bit, and I need to cut a dimensional in half. Because it was too big to fit on there. And then this one's just going to go over the one that's bent up a little bit. The last thing that I want to do is put these enamel dots, and these are in the Lemon Lime Twist. I'm just going to put a couple up here, and then one down here at the bottom. And that just kind of completes the card a little bit, adds a little bit of sparkle. So that is our first project. If you give me just a minute, I'll grab all the supplies for the second project. Okay, we're going to push that one out of the way. And this is the next one that we're going to make. I'll bring it up a little bit close so you can see it. And for this one, I'm using Lemon Lime Twist. I'm really going to miss this color. This is one of our in colors that will be retiring, and I'm really sad to see it go, but I know we're going to have some great new colors. It's just sometimes you get attached to colors. I'm a brights kind of color person, so this has been one of my very favorite colors. This one is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm using the 6 by 6 paper stack, and I cut this to 4 by 5 1/4, and we can go ahead and attach that right down here. Now, if you've noticed, I am using a lot of the items that are going to be retiring. I don't want anyone to miss out on things that might be going away. So all the month of May, I am going to be focusing on items that are going to be retiring. And some of the items are, when they sell out, they will be discontinued. So if there is something that you want, I would suggest that you place an order and get it in quickly, because there's no guarantee that it will still be there. And normally I will do an ordering special that if you place an order of $30 or more, I will send you the make and take kits. I'm doing something a little bit different for the month of May. I'm going to send you a pack of items. It could be paper, embellishments, ribbon, different things like that, of the retiring products. They will coordinate, so you'll be able to make something with them, but I'm going to send you a little gift package instead of the make and take projects this month, so you can get in on some of those items that are retiring too. So we're 8.5 by 5.5 card base, top is 4 by 5 1/4. This piece is a piece of Whisper White cut at 3 by 4, and I did run it through the Seaside embossing folder. This one will be retiring. It just gives you some nice little waves and looks nice on beachy cards. So I ran that through there already. I am going to be using some of the ombre ribbon, and this is in Calypso Coral. And this ribbon, I could just tie a bow around it, but I was worried that it wouldn't tie really super tight, and I could just tie a knot, but I decided I wanted to actually make a bow, so I'm gonna put this on here like we always do a cheater knot. And then this piece will be ready to go ahead and attach right down. And I'm going to just offset it just a little bit over to the left. And then I am going to tie a bow with the ribbon, and I will just attach that with a glue dot. And I like my bows to have a little bit of a cute little angle there, so that's what I did for that. I'm going to wait to put that bow on till after we do our stamping. I'm going to bring my scrap paper back. And I need the beach chair, and this time I've added the little sand bucket or purse, I guess it could be. Okay, so I'm inking up my beach chair, and I'm doing that in the Memento Black. And then I will need the Calypso Coral and the Lemon Lime Twist ink for this one. Let me go ahead and stamp the little purse there, or sand bucket, whichever you choose to call it. And then I am going to do my greeting while I'm here. And this one says, "Wishing you sunny days." So how many of you enjoy going to the beach in the summer? Is it too hot for you? Do you leave me a heart emoji if you, or click on the heart emoji if you love going to the beach in the summertime, or if you tend to steer clear of the beach because it's just too hot. I remember when our kids were very little, it was like an all-day thing just to get, well, when my daughter was very little, we took the playpen out with us. So we had the playpen, and then we had the sand toys, and we had the little umbrella stroller to get her to the beach. And if you've been to Warren Dunes, you know that it's a very long walk from where you park to the beach. So we were practically exhausted by the time we got to the beach. But we have lots and lots of great memories. I'm going to just pull this off camera just a little bit so I can stamp my chair there. And again, I'm using Calypso Coral for this. And now I'm gonna attempt to do the beach umbrella without taking it off camera. Hopefully yeah, pretty good. And then we're done with the ink. And so we're going to take this piece here and just put some adhesive on the back. And then this piece is going to have a couple dimensionals on the back. And now we can attach this piece. And so we're just going to go right about here. And then I'm going to cut a little piece of this off. This again was 3/4 inch by 2 1/4, and I did cut a little bit off. So I'm going to cut a banner here. And then I'm going to attach that right up here. And this one I am going to go right over the ribbon. And then for the bow, I'm just going to add that on with a glue dot. And put it right up here. And then card number 2 is all done. All right, let me grab the items for card number 3, or project number 3, I should say. And this one is going to take a piece of, this is Coastal Cabana. It's cut at 4 1/4 by 11. We're going to need to do a little scoring. And then we have a piece of that 6x6 stack paper. And this is cut at 2 inches by 4 3/4. I have the largest scallop circle from the layering circles, and I cut that in Melon Mambo. And I have the Whisper White cut in the large stitched circle, the framelits, stitched framelits. I do need to do a little cutting. I want to cut this one to 2 1/4 because that's how big my box is. And so I'm going to cut that off just a little bit. I'm not going to put my cutter too far away because I'll need it again. So again, here's the project. If you joined us a little bit late, this is the project we're going to be making. I have some taffy in here. This would be great for a summer party. If you wanted a little table favor, a little pair of kids' glasses could go in there. You could put some little party favors like blow bubbles and other little things in there. Or I put taffy, whoops, because I thought it would be a safe thing to not melt too badly in the sun. So let's put that aside and we'll go ahead and do some of our stamping. Again, we're going to use the beach chair. And we're going to stamp that and try to get most of it right on our circle, even though we've cut a little piece of it off. And then I'm going to use the saying again, don't worry, beach happy. And I have that on a piece of 1 inch by 2 1/4. I'm going to stamp it off to the left. And that way, if I need to cut a little piece of it off, I can. So we once again need our umbrella and our chair piece. And I'm going to this time stamp those in Calypso Coral. I'm sorry, Coastal Cabana. I guess I got Calypso Coral on my mind. Coastal Cabana. And stamp right over for the umbrella. Would be cute if you used your Stampin' Blends markers too to color in each of the parts of the umbrella a different color. I need to pull this back just a little. All right, and we're all done with the ink. Now before we go too far on assembling our project, we are going to go ahead and attach this piece to the Melon Mambo, and then I'm going to bring my trimmer back in because I need to cut off this extra part here. All right, so both pieces are even on this right-hand side, but it still sticks out on the left side there. Now we're going to go ahead and create our little box. And again, this is 4 1/4 by 11. We do need our scoreboard. And we're going to score at 1 inch on each side. So that's 1 inch and 3 1/4. And then we're going to turn it on the 11 inch side, and we're going to score at 5 and at 6. We'll need our paper snips, so at this little square here in the middle, we want to cut up. And we're going to go ahead and turn it and cut up again. And then we're going to use our bone folder just to burnish all of the edges. And then don't forget about these two here in the middle. And then you do want to use a strong adhesive, probably tear and tape or the Tombow multi-purpose adhesive. I'm just going to use my Fast Fuse for today just to speed things up. So we're going to put adhesive on that little tab there, and bring this side right over. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'll try and move that piece out. We're going to just bring it right over and match it up. So now we need to lay this piece down and put adhesive here. And then we're going to go ahead and close that up and create our box. And I think I'm going to snip this little piece off right here because it's kind of stopping my box from closing properly. All right. So now we can close up that side. Now we need to take our piece of designer paper, and again, this is cut at 2 inches by 4 3/4, and I'm going to have the polka dots out, and this is the 6 by 6 paper stack, and this is in the brights colors. This piece here is Bermuda Bay, and I'm going to put that right on the front. I am going to cut a little bit off of my piece here with the greeting and just cut a little banner. And then that piece is going to go down here at the bottom. And then I wanted to pop this up a little bit, so I'm going to use a couple dimensionals. I'll put them kind of in the center so that I know they're not going to fall off the edge of the box at all. And then I want to line the cut edge up over here. So it's okay if it hangs off just a little bit here. And then the last thing that we need to do is we're going to punch a hole on the side here, and I'm just going to eyeball it. Just going to go down a little, punch a hole with my handheld punch. And then I'm going to use the mini striped ribbon, and this is in Bermuda Bay, and I'm going to cut about 10 inches of that ribbon off. And I'm going to put it in the hole, and then I just want to tie a little bit of a knot here, and that will hold it securely inside of the box. And then I'm going to come over to the other side and put that through there. Pull it through and tie my knot. And now your box is all set to put some treats inside and use them for a party favor, or if you just want a little gift for somebody. So again, here are all 3 of the projects. Leave a comment and let me know what you think of these projects. Again, here is the stamp set Beach Happy, and that will be retiring soon. So if you're interested in getting it, you might want to place an order soon. I will, again, be trying to get a few more projects out with this just so you can kind of get a better feel of what the stamp set is all about. And if you place an order through my online store, I'll leave a link below as soon as the video is over. I will send you a little packet with some paper and embellishments that you can use to create your own cards. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and I hope that you enjoyed the projects and you'll stop back again next week to see what else I'm making. Have a great rest of your week.